Hello to the boys and girls of the Fog Squad and Carnoustie Primary School, and of course anyone else who's watching with us. As you can see, I'm out in the garden today, and maybe apart from the beach, the garden is one of my favourite places. I can sit here and I can look at the flowers and I can hear the birds sing, and it reminds me of one of my favourite hymns, All Things Bright and Beautiful. And of course there's a verse in that says, each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, he made their glowing colours, he made their tiny wings. A garden is a good place to relax, and it's a good place to be if you're feeling a wee bit worried. You can hear the birds singing and you can look at all the lovely flowers, and of course maybe it doesn't take away all our worries, but if we can see that the birds are singing still and the flowers are still growing, then just for a while we feel that everything is well with the world, because of course the flowers aren't worried and the birds aren't worried. I have a story for you today, and it's about a wee girl called Jenny who was worried, and I'm sure some of you will know this story. It's called The Huge Bag of Worries by Virginia Ironside. Jenny had always been happy. She had a great mum and dad and a great brother. She had friends and she enjoyed school, and she also had her own dog called Loftus. But recently Jenny had been worrying. She worried about everything. She was getting gloomier and gloomier, and it wasn't just one thing Jenny was worried about. She was worried about everything. She worried that her dog had fleas. She worried that her best friend was going away. She worried about getting bad marks at school. She thought she heard people whispering about her in the playground. She worried when her mum and dad had an argument. She even worried about wars and bombs. Until one day she woke up and found a great big huge bag of worries on her bed. The bag of worries followed her everywhere, to school, to swimming, even to the toilet, and it sat beside her as she sat and watched the TV. She tried to ignore it. She tried to throw it away, to lock it out of her bedroom, but it always came back. It was like a horrible shadow she couldn't get rid of. She asked her brother to help her, but he just said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any worries." And he just continued to play his computer games. Then Jenny felt stupid, and she didn't dare ask anyone else. In any case, her mum would just say, "Jenny, you've got no worries. You're a lucky girl. You've got your health, your friends and your family. What more do you want?" And she couldn't ask her dad. He had enough worries of his own. The bag of worries just got bigger and bigger until Jenny couldn't sleep at night. One day she sat on the garden wall and she put her head in her hands and she began to cry. "This huge bag of worries will be with me forever," she sobbed. Then she looked up and saw the old lady who lived next door. "Goodness, what on earth is that huge bag of worries?" the old lady said. Jenny explained that the bag followed her wherever she went and just got bigger and bigger and bigger and wouldn't go away. The old lady said, "Why don't we open the bag up and see what's inside?" But Jenny said she couldn't do that. The worries might jump out, and what would happen then? But the old lady said, "If we let them out slowly, one by one, they will go away. Worries don't like being seen. If you show the worries to someone, then they'll go away." So that's what they did. Jenny was so surprised to see how small the worries looked in the daylight. And half of the worries did disappear immediately, because worries don't like the daylight. The old lady sent some of the worries packing because they weren't Jenny's worries, they were someone else's worries. Some of the worries the old lady blew away with a kiss. Some of the worries, well, they kept them because they were worries that everyone has. Jenny felt so much better with all the worries out in the open. And as for the bag, well, the old lady, she just threw the bag away. I hope you enjoyed that story today. We all have worries, of course, but most of the worries do go away when we tell someone else about them. But just like Jenny's worries, they disappeared when she let them out of a bag. Even Jesus' friends had worries. And do you know what Jesus told them? He said, do not worry. Just look at the birds flying around. Look how God feeds them. And look at the flowers, how beautiful they are. How God cares for them. And God cares for you too, so don't worry. I hope that if you do have any worries, you'll be able to tell someone you trust rather than carrying them around with you. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, stay home. God bless.